Okay, happy Monday to everybody. I hope you guys can hear me. Definitely chilling on the deck, listening to the birds, and I think there's even some crickets, and I'm not quite sure what kind of crickets they are. I know they have a name, I can't remember the name. Uh, Today's video actually got uploaded yesterday. So I wanted to touch bases with you guys today. So we're doing the daily vibrations today. Thank you. Hi, my love. Hey, only. I am out on the deck and it is hot as hell. But it's beautiful. The birds are out. Um, and yesterday's daily vibration was actually supposed to be today's daily vibration. Hey, Latasha. So I wanted to just touch base with you guys. I've been going through some transformation, and some beautiful things are happening, not just on the inside, but also transformation happening on the outside too. So I wanted just to jump on for a few minutes and encourage you guys, uh, just to be you. You know, be you. It's important for you to understand that there's nobody in the whole entire world that can be you. Do y'all see the ducks flying on the lake? I don't know if y'all was able to see that, but there was just ducks flying on the lake. Isn't this beautiful? All right. So I post some cards, or a card, that I just wanted to come on and share with you guys today. And it is from the Vortex deck that I showed you guys in yesterday's video. And it reads, there are many ways for us to behave. Hey, KJ. It is possible to live upon this planet with a large number of other beings who believe and behave in a variety of ways in peace. When you are able to focus in such a way as to allow your alignment with Source, even though others have chosen to behave differently than you are choosing, then you will truly be free from the bondage of attempting the impossible task of getting everyone to agree on one right way. One right way would lead to endlessness. Okay? Many right ways allow eternal expression. So, the reason why I really wanted to read this card because I thought about today. I had a wonderful conversation with my mother today, and y'all know I love my mama. Okay, and reflecting back on, I guess, childhood and some of the things that you go through in your childhood, and realize how they kind of shape and mold you, and maybe back then. You may not have been so comfortable with the rules or the restrictions, uh, but going back and honoring everyone for the role that they played in my life. Everyone. Now, one of the things that I've been studying personally over the summer is tuning in and tapping into myself on a deeper level, paying more attention to, I want to say, like the deeper traumas within, the deeper triggers within, especially when it comes to self-worth, because that is definitely something that I have struggled with. So this summer, I took on the journey of exploring self-worth on a deeper level, okay? Uh, and what I can say at the end, and I really feel like I probably got another month to go in this because the summer is not over yet. But what I've learned so far is when you allow yourself to honor yourself, everything else falls into alignment, right? I realized over this summer that I've taken so much time to tap into other people's healing and other people's lives to help them to get to a place where they are now the creators and the masters of their own reality. And in that, I think, launching the business almost a year ago, August 1st, I have been so dived into working on my gift and pursuing this path that I may not have, hey, Samantha Mills, that I may not have actually been tapping into some of the things and some of the lessons that I myself needed to pay attention to. I'm kind of like a self-alchemist, so I need to understand it first and then bring it back to you guys and break it down in simpler terms, and that's usually the way that I work and that I unpack. I also discovered over the summer that I may have been taking in more opinions, right, than needed outside of myself, right? Now, why is this important? You know how I teach you guys that it is important for you to come into a place where no one else's opinion, right, matters more than your opinion of yourself, right? Now, I'm not talking about opinions of myself per se, but maybe opinions on how I handled the thing or how I should have handled the thing, right? Now, I am so happy for the people that I do have in my circle and in my life, because they bring me always to a place of, you know, coming into the center where I can discover wholeness all over again. So I really do have people around me that will check me on things, right? And then I also have people around me, not so much directly, but more so indirectly, you know, that may not necessarily wish you the best, okay? And sometimes what happens within that, you go on a journey of wanting to prove people wrong, you know, wanting to, I want to say, show people, you know, and if you are not careful, you start to not live so much for yourself and for your own truth and for your own growth, but you start to live your life based on proving something to somebody, or what's the word I'm looking for? You know, or trying to save. Let's just say trying to save your name. Oh, reputation. Boom, there you go. Trying to save your reputation, right? Now, as I discovered walking through this summer, okay, really, what is a reputation? Exactly, only, yeah. You know, what is my reputation, right? Now, because to be really honest with you, my reputation, depending on who you're speaking to, can change. You know, some people may think that I'm nice and I'm kind, and others may think that I'm not, you know. So depending on who you speak to, I guess my reputation would change, aka what would be considered to be the facts may change based on who you speak to, right? So I've come to the conclusion within the summer, like at this point in the game, what have I not been through? What have I not already overcome? Because if there's constant cycles and circles in our life, and you know, at my age of 43, I would like to say that I have 43 years worth of experience and qualifications to go through, walk through, and overcome, right, everything that life's thrown at me. Like, what have I not been through, right? So my question to you guys today, like, what have you not already been through? You've been through hurt, you've been through pain, you've been through disappointments, you've been through happiness, you've been through joy, okay? You've been through, yeah, exactly, Sam. It's the ego. So I had to confront my ego this summer. And if I could be really honest with you, it was not pretty. You know, and you know, when it comes to doing this spiritual work, a lot of people think, okay, let's look at the other person, let's look at the people doing the fuckery, let's look at it from that aspect, right? Because then, you know, once we look at it from that aspect, right, there's no need really for you to do anything, because then you're the victim, right? And what I've discovered is, if you meet no one but yourself along this journey, you know, and this is where a lot of people kind of jump off, because you're not getting to the other side without doing some work. You're not getting to the other side without checking your ego, and you know how they teach you to kind of like get rid of the ego or diminish the ego. Can I just be honest with you? You ain't never gonna fucking be able to do that in this third dimensional realm. You're not, okay? You're not gonna be able to do that, okay? What you need to learn how to do is to work with your ego. Okay, you need to master your ego. You need to be able to tell your ego when it needs to be put in check. Okay. There are times when you need to stand, and so this year, yes, you do need to be aware of your transformation. You do. right? At every level, right? Ego has a very cool way of coming in, and it may stroke you, and it may look like self-confidence, which is really arrogance, and it may come in, and it may look like you're standing your ground, but what really is going on is that you're just feeling a little insecure, so now you're using, camouflages, right, of one's personality, or maybe even camouflaging the situation, without really doing the observation and doing the work. Okay, what does doing the work mean? You know, doing the work means checking your ass, right? Doing the work means checking your ass. Doing the work means asking yourself them same questions that you want to ask the next person, right? The same questions you want to ask the next person about why they did what they did. How could you do this, right? All those questions that you want to ask the next person, how about you try asking those questions to yourself, right? Can somebody let me know what time it is? I got a client at 1, and I just want to make sure that I'm not late. I like to thank you. Thank you. Hey, Brittany, how are you? Sam, every time I see the hawks, because I saw them last week, to me, they just remind me of protection. I love, love, love. Y'all not seeing a lot of birds out here today, but they're definitely usually out here. I just love this view. I'll just encourage everybody today to, pay attention to your ego. It's not about getting rid of the ego. It's about working with your ego. It's about understanding your ego. Hey, Destiny Driven, how are you? Exactly, Latasha. It is self-check. It is self-check.